What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I've filmed, so if you've stuck around, thank you for that. I have tried filming this intro I think 4 times now because I've literally forgotten how to talk to a camera. Today I wanted to bring to you a little college Q&A because it has been a whirlwind of a semester. I am entering the last week and a half of school right now. It is Thanksgiving break right now, but I did come back 3 days earlier than the rest of the campus. This week is the last full week of school. I do have a ton of exams on Monday and Tuesday right after Thanksgiving break, which really sucks. That's mainly the reason I came back so early. And then finals week, so I am entering the last little push. Hopefully it all goes well. Quick note about me, I am a sophomore in college and I have narrowed down to the pre-dental route. I've always wanted to do something in the healthcare field, and last year I just kind of said that I was pre-med, but this summer I looked more into dental schools and I worked for a couple oral surgeons and I just really like that path, so I have narrowed down to pre-dental, but I am still a biology degree. I'm just looking more into like the DAT, dental schools, and things like that. So I put up a little question box on my Instagram last night. I have not picked any questions out or even read them yet, so I'm just gonna kind of pick and choose as we go. How did you decide on your major? So I guess that's a pretty good question to start off with this. I come from a family with a lot of health professionals, so I've always been kind of interested in that growing up. Throughout elementary, middle school, and high school, I always enjoyed the science classes more. I always did better in science than I did in English and history courses. So going into college, I knew that I wanted to be in the healthcare field, and I figured that the most practical major to go about that for me would be biology. So I guess tips for anybody else choosing their major: just figure out what you like. I think everybody kind of has an idea of what they want to be when they're an adult, and you don't have to choose a major as soon as you go to college. You can just start taking undergrad courses and then you can choose your major. My girl Sydney asked 2 questions that I love. So the first one is, what's your favorite time of day to have class? So this semester, the only calculus course I could take is 5 days a week at 8 a.m. So I've had 8 a.m. calculus every single day since August without breaks. We have not had one day off. And honestly, I've ended up liking it. Last semester I had one 8 a.m. and I hated it, but now that I've had it every single day, I'm used to it and I like to get up that early now. So I do like to block up all my classes within the morning time. And then all the science labs at my school are from like 2:30 to 5:30, so I do have those twice a week. But all of my main courses every day are from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. and I love that because I just go to class in the morning and then as soon as I get back to my dorm, I make breakfast and I start working on homework. So Sydney also asked, where's your favorite study spot on campus, the library, your dorm, classroom, etc.? So it really depends on the week. There are some weeks where I will spend the majority of my time in the library, and then there's some weeks where I will spend the majority of my time right here at my desk. Some days I cannot focus in here at all. I will just end up in my bed watching YouTube. On days like that, I'll go to the library, and I get a lot done in the library because I typically don't let myself come back to my room when I'm in the library until I get a certain amount of work done. And then sometimes on the weekends, I hate being in here all day, so I'll just drive over to a Starbucks. I did that this morning. So honestly, it just depends on the day. There's not one particular spot where I love to be. Any advice for someone debating on living in residential life versus living off campus? So the pros to living, I guess, residential life or being in a dorm is you can walk to everything. I have like a 30-second walk to the gym. All of my classes are 5 to 10 minutes away. Those are the only benefits I can think about living in a dorm room. Next year I am living in an apartment and I'm so excited because I can have a kitchen. Yay. That was really obnoxious. I'm so tired of only being able to buy food that will fit in my mini fridge and then I can cook in a microwave. I am very ready to have a kitchen. Also, another annoying thing about dorms is people are really loud and don't respect other people. People will wake me up all the time in the middle of the night, just literally yelling down the hallway. So I'm very excited to have an apartment next year and have a kitchen. I will have to commute through shuttle, but I don't care. I'm so ready to live off campus. What time do you get up every day and what time do you go to bed, and does that help your schedule? So during the week I get up at 7:15 In the morning, I go to classes from 8 to 11, and then I come back to my room. A typical week, I will go to bed around 11 or 11:30, but if I have a bunch of exams and papers due, I typically make it to bed around 12 or 12:30. It's definitely better to get like 7 or 8 hours of sleep per night rather than staying up late a few nights in a row and then sleeping the whole weekend, personally for me. Opinions on Greek life. So I've never been like a super social person, which is funny because I'm literally talking to you through social media. I literally have my boyfriend and I have 2 or 3 friends, so I don't think Greek life would be good for me because I spend 90% of my time studying. I don't want to spend my time going to parties and events and chapter meetings and all that. But if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely check it out. I know a lot of people that are in Greek life and love it. It's just not the right thing for me. How are you getting your patient care hours and volunteer hours? At the beginning of the semester, we had a volunteer fair where a bunch of organizations around my city came to my school and allowed us to talk with them and sign up to volunteer for them if we were interested. So I kind of scouted out the healthcare opportunities, and I am now a volunteer with hospice. So after signing up with them and doing all the paperwork and background checks and getting the shots that I needed for it, I didn't start volunteering until November, but I have been going once a week since then. I go 2 hours at a time. I typically go on the weekend. It's just a patient visit with patients who are in hospice. That's how I've been getting my hours. I wish I would have started when I was a freshman, but I think starting as a sophomore is good as well. You just don't want to leave it all up to your junior and senior year because professional schools are going to see that you pushed it off to the end just to boost your resume rather than actually caring about volunteering. Also, if you become part of clubs usually scout out like special volunteer opportunities. I'm in the pre-dental club now, and we are going to be volunteering at this thing in April. It's like a free clinic for a day where dentists will come and like extract teeth and do minor dental procedures for free. So we're going to be volunteering at that all day. Just stuff like that, getting involved in clubs that will give you opportunities like that and seeking stuff out on your own. I think I'm going to answer 3 more questions. 2 of them are pretty personal, so stick around for those. We'll start with this one first. How do you feel confident in a college gym with big dudes? So I feel this literally every time I go into the gym. There will be like packs of dudes. It's ridiculous. 6 to 8 guys that are all freaking huge, taking up multiple benches and squat racks, and it's honestly quite obnoxious. I'm working out for a few years now, so I know how to get in my own zone and just like completely zone out the people around me. So I just put my earphones in, something you feel confident in, so you can walk around all proud just like those guys do. I doubt that they're even paying attention to you because they're too worried about looking at their biceps in the mirror. But just put your earphones in and walk around as confident as they do and you'll be fine. These last 2 questions are pretty personal. So somebody asked me, how are you paying for school? Not to get too personal, LOL. It's fine. All throughout high school, I was looking for the best opportunities possible, so I was looking for the highest scholarships awarded. I worked a lot on my ACT and GPA in high school because I did not want to pay for college. The reason being, I knew that professional school after college would be very expensive, so I wanted to save as much money as I could. So luckily, I did receive a full ride scholarship at the university I go to, which I am very grateful for. I am saving up money now for professional school. My parents do pay for the groceries that I buy on the weekends and for the gas that I use, even though I've only had to fill up twice this entire semester. But I am going to have to apply for a ton of loans whenever I go to dental school. And then the last question I'm going to answer, which is very personal as well, is what is your GPA and how important is it in your degree path? Let me just look up my GPA real quick. There's an entire story behind my GPA which would take me an hour to tell. So my GPA is a 3.84. I have 11 C's. Oh, not 11 C's. I have 11 A's and 1 C. You can tell by those numbers that I was not treated fairly in one class. I'm not going to get into the details of this class, but I went through a 5-month grade appeal process and got nothing out of it. I have a 3.84. I've been working like crazy this semester to get a 4.0 and balance that out a little bit. How important is that in my degree path? It is very important. Let's see. The average GPA of students going into dental school in 2018 was a 3.55. For medical school students in 2018 was a 3.7. So GPA is very important in my degree path. Pretty much any pre-professional anything, you need a very good GPA. And I know that school is just going to get harder and harder, so I'm trying to keep my GPA really high at the moment, so when I hit hard classes later on, they won't be as detrimental to my GPA. I think that's all the questions I am going to answer for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you have made it this far, comment down below what you want to be when you grow up. Give this video a thumbs up if you learned anything from it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.